Okay, here's a seriously weird question. What if the only food left on Earth was people? I mean, really think about it. No farms, no animals, no plants, just humans. Could we actually survive on each other? It sounds like something straight out of a horror movie, right? But let's actually break it down because the answer gets dark, and it gets dark fast. At first glance, some desperate people might actually think this is a twisted kind of solution. After all, human bodies are made up of protein, fat, and all sorts of minerals, just like any other meat in theory. You could cook it, eat it, and on the surface, live another day. It sounds crude, it sounds awful, but when starvation hits, desperation takes over. However, there's one absolutely massive, unavoidable problem that most people would not consider right away. There just aren't enough of us to last for any significant amount of time. It's a logistical nightmare that quickly turns into an existential crisis. Let's get real and do some grim math on this. The average adult human body has about 130 pounds of what you might call edible tissue. Now, if every single survivor, somehow managing to overcome the unimaginable horror, ate just one human a week to sustain themselves, we would literally run out of food in less than a year. And that's a wildly optimistic estimate, assuming no one starves in the process of hunting and preparing, and assuming everyone is perfectly efficient. It quickly becomes clear that this is a completely closed loop, one that would relentlessly devour itself into oblivion. It's a mathematical certainty that such a scenario leads to utter collapse, not survival. But even before the numbers run out, your body itself would start revolting in unimaginable ways. Eating human flesh can spread deadly and horrific prion diseases. We're talking about illnesses like kuru, which literally eat holes in your brain. Imagine losing control of your muscles, suffering from tremors, and eventually your mind completely unraveling. It's a terrifying, incurable disease. No one, absolutely no one, could survive that for long. Your physical health would deteriorate catastrophically, making any semblance of survival utterly impossible, and frankly, a prolonged nightmare. And if the physical horrors aren't enough, let's talk about the psychological collapse. Humans are profoundly wired to avoid eating their own species. It's a deep-seated taboo that goes against every fiber of our being. Even if someone managed to force themselves to do it, the guilt, the trauma, the sheer mental anguish would be unbearable. Society, as we know it, would crumble not just physically, but emotionally and psychologically within days, if not hours. Trust, empathy, community, all the things that make us human, would vanish, replaced by absolute terror and despair. So, what's the real end game for this nightmare scenario? Within just a few short months, only a tiny handful of survivors would likely remain, weak, sick, utterly traumatized, and terrified. Humanity would quite literally eat itself into extinction. So no, we absolutely could not survive eating only humans. It's not a path to survival. It's the quickest, most agonizing route to the end of civilization as we know it. So, next time you think about survival of the fittest, remember this. Sometimes the real test isn't just how long we can physically live. It's how long we can truly stay human, holding on to our ethics, our compassion, and our collective sanity. If you found this what-if thought experiment as fascinating and chilling as I did, go ahead and hit that follow button and drop your next wildest question in the comments below. Thanks for watching.